USC football is back. The Rice Owl versus our USC Trojans this Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's get into the intro. What's up, Trojan family? My name is D. Peter. I'm a huge USC fan, and today's video is going to be a pre-game preview of what I believe, of what I've seen of the Rice Owl football team from last year, some changes that happened, how their offensive defense is, and what are going to be the keys, in my opinion, for us to come out with the victory. And then also I'm going to name out my 5 key players that I'm going to keep an eye on this Saturday against the Rice Owl. So stay tuned. And if you haven't done so, please go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you're notified of video that I upload. This is a new series that I'm going to be starting where I'm going to do pre-game previews and also post-game reaction reviews as well, because it was something that I've always wanted to do. And I was like, why not do it this season? I've seen people like We Are USC, USC Scoop, also USCJ, like people like that like I love watching and kind of inspired me to kind of do this and kind of give my opinion, my thoughts of what I believe we would need to do to come out victorious in certain games, and then also my initial reactions as soon as the game is over. So go ahead and stay tuned and let's get into this video. Yay! I'm going to start off with the Rice Owls offense. I will post right here their last year's stats of how they did. Right, last year it wasn't a really good season for their offense. They were very inconsistent and things like that. So as you can see, scoring offense 21 points. I think the thing that I've seen that stands out the most to me in regards to their offense is how bad they were on third down, how when they got into the red zone, they were about okay in that area, right? And it seems like they try to air the ball out, what I can see from their stats, and but that's last year's stats, right? So I think the biggest thing is right now is there's a lot of buzz going around right now in the Rice Owl world. As we're, reading their blogs and stuff, it seems like they are really excited for this new and improved offense that's going to be led by, as many of us Pac-12 fans know, slash Pac-10, Marcus Tuiasosopo. He is the new offensive coordinator, and he is the guy that is going to be navigating this offense. So this year they're coming in with a lot of new guys on the offensive side. They have a new starter at quarterback, and his name is Wiley Green. He had appeared in 4 games last year, throwing for about 414 yards, 4 touchdowns to 3 interceptions with a 65% completion, or QBR, right? So he is the guy that is going to take over the helm at the QB position. At running back, they last year were doing the running back cut by committee type of deal, but they lost the running back to a transfer portal, and then also they lost the running back to graduation. So they have a guy returning. His name is Ari Broussard. He had about 569 yards last year with 3 touchdowns, and he averages about 5 yards a game. Right, so solid back. It seems like he's going to be the main guy, and then they got a few transfers that came in from JUCO, and then also redshirt freshmen, and then a couple of freshmen that are coming in. So I think those guys can see some playing time, but it looks like Ari is going to be the main guy that takes the helm and gets the majority of the carries. Now, the biggest buzz is surrounding this receiving group. Marcus Tuiasosopo talked a lot about this receiving group because they are getting guys from the transfer portal named Isaiah Isdell, who's coming from West Virginia. And then they got Sam Crawford coming from Tulsa. And a guy named Tyson Thompson, who's coming from Houston Baptist. And then also they have a returning starter in Cedric Patterson. It seems like these guys have been showing out in the spring, and also it's been showing out in fall camp. And it seems like Marcus is anticipating these guys to have a big game week one against us. So, I mean, the thing is that we don't know. It's a lot of unknown right now because we don't know how these guys play. I haven't taken the time to go look at their previous film, but it seems like I'm just gonna go based off of what they're saying. They're hype about it, so I'm just gonna wait to the game to see how they really are on the field. Marcus also talks about his offensive line. Seems like they're a solid group. None of them really stand out. It's more guys and their smarts. A lot of these few of the starters have like All American honors in academics. So that's what I kind of see right now. So, but he's just saying that the offensive line is going to be the success of this team and of this offense. So we will see on Saturday and how that offense moves, right, and how Marcus and his play calling happens. So let's flop it over to the defensive side. I'll put the defensive numbers right here. They were not good on defense, and I will say that, just like USC, we were terrible on defense. I mean, they were giving up 436 yards a game. Total yard, 36 points a game. Like, that is just terrible. They were terrible on third downs, just like their offense was, right? So it's something to see, right? They have a returning guy named McKenna that's going to be returning. He's a defensive end. He's one of their big star players to make a big impact in this game. And then also they have a nose tackle who made an impact last year as well that's returning. And it looks like they have a solid linebacking group. No one really stood out, but a solid group, and then also their back end as well. So we will see. I think that their defense is going to be really tested, mostly because of these numbers that we see right here. Like, it's going to be interesting in how our offense navigates against this defense, and then our defense stopping that offense. All right, man. As for our team, wow, Lincoln Riley's first game as a USC Trojan. Now, you guys already know the hype is real. Also, the doubt is real as well. I think for me, the thing that I'm going to be looking forward to is the chemistry that we built through the spring, into the fall camp, into the both defense and offense. Can these guys, all these transfers, new guys, and the returning veterans of our team, can they come together? Can they play as one, right? I mean, we got a preview of our spring ball game, and they look great. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's a mistake. Of course, it's their first time in that offense, defense, first time together. But I was encouraged by what I've seen, right? So, offensively, I expect Caleb Williams to navigate this offense and move them down the field. The first thing I want to see is our offense establishing a run game. We struggled last year in running the ball. I do not see that as an issue this year with Travis Dye, Austin Jones, and then also our offensive line being led by Andrew Warhe, and then also anchoring our right side and things like that. So Andrew Warhe is the guy that I'm really looking forward to seeing. And then also, of course, as all of you know, our receiving crew core is super deep. I mean, you can reach into the bag and pull out any one of those guys and they're going to produce. But the guy that everyone's going to have their eyes on is the one and only Jordan Addison. I expect Jordan Addison to have a great and a big game against this defense. I do not see this defense, even with the changes that they've had, I do not see this defense stopping Jordan Addison. So the key players that I'm keeping my eye on the offensive side is Caleb Williams, Travis Dye, Andrew Warhe, and then Jordan Addison. Those are the four guys that I'm keeping my eye on. And I think if those four guys produce in that game, it's over. That's my opinion. Defensively, the person that I'm keeping my eye on the most is Alex Grinch and how he calls this game. The adjustments he makes, the situations that he put our team, our defense in, and putting guys in positions to make plays. Todd Orlando was horrible last year. I mean, terrible. He was terrible last year. And I'm not even over exaggerating. A lot of USC fans can agree with me when I say Todd Orlando was garbage. There was no adjustments. I mean, it's just every game we were getting pummeled. It was hard to watch. I'm gonna keep it honest. So I expect my biggest thing is I'm gonna watch how Alex Grinch calls this game, how he calls, how he puts our guys in the best positions to make plays. The four guys that I'm gonna keep my eye on defensively is none and only Tully at our defensive end, Corey Foreman at our rushing, Shane Lee, and Kalen Oley. Those are the four guys that I'm going to keep my eye on that I expect to make big plays this Saturday. Three keys to the game, I believe, is establishing the offense, meaning establishing the run, the passing game, establishing the defense, opposing our will on that offense, and fight. I think a lot of times last year we showed no fight in games. We just get pummeled. Those are three things that I'm really looking forward to seeing, and the keys that I believe that would help us win this first game in dramatic fashion. You know what I'm saying? We got to blow these guys out. It's as simple as that. It should not be a close game at all. Lincoln Riley, we have high hopes for you, man. We are pumped. We are excited. I hope you guys like this video. Please comment down below anything, any advice you give me, any your thoughts and what your opinions and what you believe that we are going to be seeing this Saturday. And I hope you're hyped as I am. And I appreciate y'all. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Love, peace, and you feel me? Fight on.